It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. You know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 454. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe. Oh, goodness. We are so old. We went to see a movie last night.
Which we go see a movie at least once a week.
Yeah.
At least.
But
this was different.
We're going to take a little trip. And so in order to see the movie that opens that week for the podcast and the reviews I do, there happened to be a press screening 2 to 3 weeks early.
Yes.
I need to be vague because we're still embargoed.
We're embargoed.
So I can't.
You'll have to send me a DM if you want details.
Yes, we can't tell you the name of the movie. I will tell you this. It opens sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
And it's so freaking good.
It has a runtime of approximately 2.5 hours, give or take.
You could probably figure it out.
And it's really good.
Yes.
And
these press screenings, though.
I stopped going to press screenings because they got so bad about
starting on time.
They just never start on time.
So 7 o'clock.
It's a 7 o'clock start, and they're like, oh, they sent us the wrong keys.
Okay, but that's at 7:08.
Yeah. And so, which is actually of the problems to have the good problem, because I've had movies where they forgot to download
and it
them.
takes hours because they're ginormous.
Because the files are so massive. It's like a 1-to-1, or at least it used to be a 1-to-1. So if it's a 2-hour movie, it takes 2 hours to download. And so
I think it's better now.
I think it's probably better now, but also back then it was like, oh, or we could download it in 3D, and you're just like, no, please, dear God. And all the kids are like, 3D, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Stay focused.
This is why we don't put 5-year-olds in charge of oh, wait. Anyway, so
I want my war. Where?
Yeah. So they had to get new keys to unlock the movie that they had downloaded.
Yeah.
So the movie didn't end up starting until like what,
7:40. 7:40.
40 minutes late.
And like, listen, when they do these press screenings, there are no commercials. You are watching nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a room full of people talking.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And they're all press people.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say about that.
Wait, I'm a press people.
Yeah, but you're not one of them.
No, I see.
You know what I'm talking about.
So anyway,
they are very self-important.
The long and the short of it is, we were up way past our bedtime.
We usually go to bed at 9, guys.
We'll read for a little bit.
We do. We do.
You know.
But we lay down at 9
Yeah.
o'clock, and however long it takes us to fall asleep, we fall
Right,
asleep.
yeah,
But
but-
like, we weren't even in bed till 11.
Yeah.
11.
Oh, goodness.
And then we always get up early on show days because we have to record this before
Yeah.
work.
Oh, goodness.
That's how old we are.
That is how old we are. But come our trip, we
Yes.
would be glad this is already done and
We
out of our lives.
We
So.
will. That would have been really tough to work in.
But right now it sucks. So,
Hence my second cup of coffee.
yeah. Does that mean I can have a second energy drink without you?
No. You don't need another one. You will be okay. You drink lots of caffeine all day long.
But I haven't had it yet. I've only had 2 cans of soda so far. So anyway, if we seem
Punchy.
lackadaisical, blame the press screening. Blame Allied, what is it? Allied
I don't know.
Entertainment?
You always just call it Allied.
We just call it Allied. Allied Advertising. So what, pray tell, do you have in store for people this week?
Let me look.
Although, in fairness, we should probably blame B&B movie theaters. They're the one that downloaded the wrong keys.
Well, it sounds like it was actually the movie theater guy.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it was the person, I don't know, whoever was in the car that had to pull over
Yeah.
and resend the keys last
We
night.
had to literally call the studio.
Yeah, so it's the studio that
Yeah.
messed up. Twice. Sent the keys wrong twice.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, here's what we're going to talk about. Peloton
Okay.
stuff. Okay, first of all, we got to get into the scam thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Because people are getting emails, and we're going to talk about that. We've got a brand new studio maintenance date that is going to be affecting bookings. We've got a new HYROX Peloton scheduled event that's coming up in DC. Brand new apparel drop. A long-time Peloton member / a side hustle company closing its doors after a very long journey of Peloton. We have all kinds of instructor news. We've got new singles coming out. We've got a parenting discussion. We have one of our instructors got to come back to New York. We have all kinds of stuff. We're going to talk about that. Not to mention, we have a whole list of content we got to get into this week as well.
Okay, well, before we get to all that shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartTunes, and wherever you are getting your podcasts, you can find us. While you are there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. Super helpful. Greatly appreciated.
Definitely.
Or another way to help the show without money, just share it.
Sharing is so
Share
helpful. Get in front of people.
Like, hey, friends.
If you have Peloton friends, you should send our episode to them.
Yeah. And if you would also like to support us with money, you may do so at patreon.com/theclipout. Now, we do provide things in return. It's only $5 a month. You get early episodes, you get ad-free episodes, and you get all sorts of bonus content. Last week's, I think, was actually longer
It was.
than the main episode. We got chatty.
Very chatty.
This week, an interesting longevity hack that does not, I repeat, does not involve exercise or nutrition.
Ooh, okay.
So
I'm intrigued.
There's a little tease for you.
Okay.
Okay. Also, Logan Aldridge talking about the worst advice he got post-amputation.
That was a fascinating discussion, right?
Yeah. And I don't know what happened, but there's like 168 stories about Robin Arzon this week.
She had a big week. I'm pretty sure it has all to do with pushing her brand new book because it comes out this week.
Gotcha.
So she's got an empire.
Well, well done, PR team.
They are on it.
Yeah.
I kind of secretly hoped one would show up in my mailbox, but it is not, alas.
Well done, Arzon LLC. We'll give you the rundown of all that. So you can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group. You can check out our YouTubes if you want to look at us. And then finally, we have an email newsletter that I remembered to send out this week.
Yay!
Yay me. Very good. Gives you all the links and just a weekly reminder that we exist. So there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
What is happening?
It's the scam warning.
Oh.
I don't have a special sweeper, so I'm just...
You just made one?
I'm just channeling my inner Dalek.
Exterminate.
Exterminate.
Guess he's been watching Doctor Who.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Okay, everyone just turned off the
they
podcast.
Get so
you gotta
mad.
stop.
They get so mad.
They do get so mad.
Well, because they're telling them to exterminate, but then no one ever actually exterminates. It has to be very frustrating to be a Dalek.
I would agree.
Yeah. It's poor little guys.
Poor little guys just going around trying to exterminate all the time.
Yeah, and it's
just give them some like roaches or something. I feel like it'd be a win-win.
Yeah.
You know?
So we have a scam warning.
We do.
That was our scam warning alert buzzer.
Which I feel like everyone just turned off. They're just done. They were like, stop.
And people are receiving emails about changing their Peloton tread lock passcode.
Yes. So they get an email and it says your passcode's been updated. It says your tread lock passcode was updated by, and then it gives a leaderboard name who shares your Peloton account. Please connect with that person and get the new passcode. And then it says that like you can click on, you know, the support center and it gives you a link for that. So I'm assuming this is just a phishing scam designed to get you to click on the support center link because The people who are reporting getting this, they don't have this person on their account.
Sure.
And so I'm assuming you click on that and bad things happen.
Right. Because you probably click on it because you're just like,
What?
who was added to my account that I'm unaware of?
Yeah. Who's Fish234? Yeah, Fish, that was on purpose. Like, yeah. Anyway, so that is a concern because only the people on your account should be able to change it. You can only change it like from your actual tread.
Right.
And so that should be concerning.
That would also mean that they're in the house.
But and that's the thing. The people who have gotten this, they went to go check their tread. Nothing had happened.
Right.
The code was still the same as it had always been.
Right.
Which is what alerted them to the fact that this is a scam.
Right.
Peloton is not sending it. And it's a tricky one because it's one of them that looks like it's coming from Peloton, not just in how the email looks, but the email address.
Oh, they're really good at spoofing it.
They've got a very good spoof system going. So
goodness.
it does look like Peloton. So you need to be really careful about that. The legitimate Peloton emails come from @onepeloton.com or mail.op1peloton.com. If you see something like Peloton Dev, or you see random characters, get out, alert, alert, it's not right.
Exterminate.
Also, you can always mouse over the URL they send you, and if it doesn't lead straight to onepeloton.com, do not click it.
It ain't real.
And by the way, these tips go for anything.
Yes.
Like, this is not just a Peloton thing. They're everywhere these days. These phishing scams are everywhere. So be really careful. And if you're really not sure, you can always go to security@onepeloton.com. You can email them, and you can send the screenshots to support@onepeloton.com. Or if you see spam accounts, you can even report them at spamreports@onepeloton.com. Whatever you do, check with Peloton first.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, don't just be clicking around on things.
No.
I feel like I'm talking to my mom. Don't click it.
Don't do it. Don't.
That's why she's only allowed to have an iPad.
Yeah.
She got crazy with her computer.
So we have upcoming Peloton Studio maintenance, and it's affecting bookies. So if you've been placing wagers on... What's that?
Bookings.
Oh, that does make more sense.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on April 6th through April 12th, there will be no live classes because of studio maintenance. And during that time, since there will be no live classes this week, normally on Thursdays, you go in and book 6 weeks in advance. That's this week.
Gotcha.
So no new classes are going to be dropping this week.
Okay.
So it's not happening for you. I'm sorry.
If you have a trip planned for that time frame, guess what?
I'm sorry. You're not going to take a class at
You're going
Peloton.
to have to go to the Echelon Studios.
I love the person that posted yesterday in the OPP. Poor soul. They said, why are there no classes such and such date, live classes on, it was on a Wednesday, and there's never live classes on Wednesday. And they were like, I wanted a birthday shout out. Cue everyone yelling at them.
Well, then your parents should have done it on a different day.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
You need to blame them.
But the crazy thing is, like, how are you such a dedicated Pelotoner and you haven't figured that out? Because, like, there haven't been classes on Wednesdays for a very long time now. Like, a long time. So maybe you need to hop on the Peloton a little more often. You know what I'm saying?
Zing.
I know. That was pretty mean. They could just take on demand classes all the time.
Yeah, that's
which I
probably
do.
what's going on.
Yeah.
There's never really thought about it. Yeah.
Probably.
So Peloton and HYROX have scheduled an event in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, the upcoming, so there's a HYROX competition coming up in D.C., and that's been planned for a while. So it is coming up on March 6th. It's going to be at the Capitol Hilton Hotel. There are going to be classes that are going to be taking place. There's going to be a 30-minute full body mobility class. There's going to be a 45-minute Q&A session. There's going to be a little mix and mingle with snacks, grab and go snacks. That's during session 1. Session 2, there's going to be a separate 30-minute full body mobility class, another Q&A session. You kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
They're just breaking it up into sections. But so they're going to have, Andy is going to be at these, and he is going to be leading the Q&A sessions. And that's going to be right after the mobility class. He's going to also be doing the mobility class. So basically, you're going to get a chance to meet Andy. You're going to get a chance to get super prepared and hyped up for your HYROX event, your competition. These events, like even HYROX is shocked by how popular HYROX is right now. I saw yesterday that they have an average of 15,000 competitors per event.
Wow.
They charge $100 to $200 per entry.
Wow.
And they sell out in seconds. It's
crazy.
It is crazy. It is. So you can just expect to keep seeing this because this is the go-to right now. So
it's kind of the new CrossFit.
It is, although CrossFit's got a side note.
Yeah.
CrossFit has a new thing that they're laying down. It's called the Xeno event.
Well, that sounds like Scientology.
So it does actually. So they just announced this. It's going to be this like new 10 event contest that's going to be occurring. There's going to be a prize at it, and it's like all the same. So a big issue that came up a lot with CrossFit was like, well, yeah, you might be passing me on the run sections, but how fast can you snatch, or how fast, how many pounds can you snatch, etc. So it levels all that, and there's going to be a winner who gets all 10 events.
Okay.
So like you have to be the best at all 10 events to win.
Gotcha.
And they are thinking, like they're putting it out there in the PR world that that's going to take over HYROX. I say HYROX has way too much momentum, and you already pissed enough people off with CrossFit, so I don't think that's going to happen.
CrossFit's got some baggage. I feel like a lot of people moved to HYROX because
they didn't want the baggage.
CrossFit had some issues.
Yeah.
And people just didn't like it.
And that more than ever is on people's minds. Like it's not like you just forget those things. And as the world becomes more divisive and more problematic.
And it probably goes hand in hand with the fact that CrossFit's been around for a long time at this point. So there were probably a lot of people that had been doing CrossFit where there really wasn't a comparable type of thing, but they were maybe a little bored with it. And then this other thing pops up, which is similar but different.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
well, the interview that we had with Chrissy Blackwood, she talked about the fact that it's also seems to be a lot more women than she expected. And I think this feels more accessible to women in a way CrossFit never did.
Gotcha.
And I'm not saying women never were in CrossFit.
For sure.
It's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Obviously they were. But this seems to bring in the masses on the female side in a way CrossFit did not.
Interesting.
So
we have a new apparel drop for people.
We do. Yeah, they Peloton dropped a whole new Cadence refresh. And so for those of you who love the Cadence, which I would argue is Peloton's best selling items.
Okay.
They're all new colors and they are beautiful. They are very beyond yoga coloring going on. So this could be something you might be interested in if you like the color.
Okay. So longtime listeners, it's been a minute since we've talked about this, might remember an outfit by the name of Stronger You.
Yeah, we actually interviewed the founder of Stronger You many years ago, Mike Dohila. And Stronger You was around for I'm going to say a total of 10 years, including after Mike Dohila. A couple years ago, he ended up selling it. Yeah. And he sold it and kind of went off on his own. Basically, he's kind of like a stay-at-home dad, and he's really changed up how he's living his life, in a just totally different way by being a caretaker for his kid. And he's been really enjoying that path, but he still is he has a lot of very strongly felt beliefs about nutrition and working out. Anyway, so he still posts about that stuff all the time. But this week I saw that Stronger You had announced that they closed its doors. I follow them on Facebook like I do everybody that we've ever interviewed. I always try to keep tabs on people. Yeah. So it's kind of a past guest update, sort of. But I thought it was interesting because about 3 weeks ago, I saw people start to post that they were trying to re-onboard, maybe they'd been out of Stronger You for a while and they wanted to come back. Right. And it was saying there were no new openings. And so people asked questions about that and they didn't really get a straight answer. Right. And then this week they announced that they were closing their doors. I will say this. I really appreciated the fact that they posted a really nice post about the coaches
Mm-hmm.
for Stronger You, and they had a whole thread like, where are you going next?
Yeah.
So that if people want to follow you,
Sure.
and like gave people the opportunity to get themselves out in front of the entire community to like have them follow them
Yeah.
to the next place, wherever the next place
Does that
was.
mean, I guess, they're not holding them to non-compete? So like you could reach out to your
They are
coach
not.
directly.
Yes, you can.
And be like, and honestly, if you're going out of business, I don't even know if you legally could.
I don't know. It's a
Because
great
like,
question.
what's the point?
What is the point?
If you're not doing business, how is anyone competing with you? But,
Yeah.
So any indication? Are we just pinning this on GLP-1s?
I mean, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things going on. I think GLP-1s are one of them. I think a lot of people also use AI to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Ask them what to eat, ask them what workouts to do.
Yeah.
And I think that AI has certainly improved in those areas, but I feel like the coaching industry is getting squeezed in a lot of ways. And if they want to continue, they really need to embrace GLP-1s. And I don't see a lot of companies doing that.
Yeah.
You see companies like Weight Watchers doing that, which I think is smart.
Right.
But you don't see these private coaches companies doing that. At least I haven't seen any. And I think that's a real mistake. I think that they need to embrace it, and they need to call themselves the experts of it. And they need to give people a reason to... You need to eat very carefully when you're on a GLP-1. You need to eat a lot of protein. And yes, women do anyway. And yes, perimenopausal women do anyway. But like now add a drug on top of it. And it's really easy not to get enough nutrients in your body for the workouts you're doing. So I think these companies are really missing out on that particular area. And
you know, originally the GLP-1s were so expensive that it was hard to justify paying for the GLP-1 and paying for a nutrition coach of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But like now the prices have dropped so dramatically that like I think that's a lot more achievable than it was even 18 months ago.
Well, and even if you look at, I'm kind of changing directions here because we didn't have a line item for this, but I wanted to talk about it anyway. The personal training feature that Peloton is doing a beta test with Trainwell. So if you think about it, $100 a month for a personal trainer. Now, if you were to go to any of these services, like whenever I worked at MetPro, you know, you were looking at $300, $400, $500 a month.
Yeah.
And that's to have a personal trainer who's like at your beck and call and like holding your hand through everything. Well, think about the fact that now this Trainwell completely seamlessly connects with Peloton, and it's only $100 a month. Now, that is if you wanted to train for a marathon, if you wanted to train for a CrossFit event or whatever, you have somebody telling you exactly what workouts to do and how to eat for $100 a month.
Yeah.
So coaching can't keep up with that.
Yeah.
And so it's the GLPs, but it also is just the fact that there are so many resources available through AI. And Trainwell is all a person, right?
Right.
But they've been able to scale because they're using AI to like do things like send out marketing and things like that and use that to their advantage. So they're able to continue to add coaches and therefore they're able to make their money through mass, not per person.
Yeah.
And a lot of these companies, they're doing it the other way around and they're not changing. And I think that's really detrimental. You have to change with the times, just like Montgomery Ward's did a million years ago. If you aren't seeing...
Until they didn't, and now they don't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my point. They did
Yeah.
not change. And you have to see the writing on the wall. And I know I've had this conversation with owners of these companies, and they don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
And I think more of them are going to be finding themselves closing their doors because they're not paying attention. They think this is a fad, and it's a new way of life. And I'm sorry you don't like it, but... there's a lot of things I don't like that I've had to get used to.
Yeah.
So this is one of them. And you're going to lose your whole business because of it.
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad that they seem to have done this in as seamless as a way as you can. And these things are never great. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind. Like, I really appreciated how they treated their coaches. I've seen other companies not react like this. And I just thought that was really, really nice.
Absolutely. Well, coming up after this, we got instructors in the news. We got somebody releasing a new single. We've got an instructor finally allowed back in the United States. And we're also going to talk about where you can see not one, not two, but 3 instructors coming up soon. So stick around.
Instructors in the news.
Camila Ramon is releasing a new single.
Yes, it came out last week or early this week. I've lost track. But it was on February 26th. And it's called 24/7. And this is called Troppy Pop Bop. It's a Troppy Pop Bop.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I did
but
not
I love
either.
that. This is kind of fun because this video had a creative approach that was all inspired by social media following. So a video, she had a video phrase in Spanish what the title was. I'm not going to butcher it. I don't want to be disrespectful. And it translates to English, a video for you by you. And I really liked that. And she had tons of instructors in the video.
Cool.
And it was neat. She she asked for people to come up with these concepts, and some of them she couldn't do. So they just started doing a whole bunch of different things from the crowdsourcing. But you see a lot of instructors in this video. There's
Gotcha.
a lot of cameos. So it's it's really fun just to watch it.
It's like when Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters video had all the celebrities in it.
Yes, it's exactly like that. Always make it into pop culture.
A reference as timely as today's headlines. So Allie Love has been using Pinterest to do some parental influencing.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of fascinating. So this article was started by an article I found that Pinterest put out there that they have called the Parenting Trend Report. So they said that they are seeing a significant shift towards intentional hands-on experience and a notable resurgence of 1990s nostalgia. So where are parents finding this? Pinterest. And they are finding things and then they are going to buy them. They go beyond. Now, when they do this report,
Right.
They're not just looking at like surface level stuff. They go beyond tracking keyword spikes by analyzing colors, aesthetics, and styles to understand how the tastes are shifting. They said educational activities for kids searches are up 280%. Outdoor learning has seen a 65% increase, and movement activities for toddlers has risen by 145%. They also said that parents who grew up in the 90s are introducing elements of their own childhood by things like 90s baby clothes, up 660%.
Whoa.
90s kids' toys are up 80%. So when we get to Allie, she said that she is looking at all kinds of things to not have a traditional nursery. She said that she is looking at Pinterest for inspiration to have baby-friendly spaces throughout her home. So the baby has a corner of the living room, corner of the guest bedroom, and she got a lot of inspiration from Pinterest about different ways that nurseries can exist in a home that's not just in the nursery.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
it's interesting in that it talks about like hearkening back to their childhood, but at the same time, not at all.
Right.
Right?
Right. It's like the things
Right.
do.
And that stands to reason because I feel like parents always do that.
They
like
do because
recreate.
it's what you remembered. It's
Right.
what gave you comfort.
There's a
and
comfort
so
to it.
You want to pass
Yeah.
that comfort on to your child.
I mean, I've seen it for years with trying to sell tickets to the circus. Like so many of the tickets are sold to grandparents bringing their grandchildren because they went to the circus as a kid. Like the younger people don't necessarily have the same nostalgia for the circus as the older people do.
Yeah.
And I just find that fascinating. I also think the experiential stuff makes sense because everything you're seeing in marketing right now is about how Gen Z and millennials, but Gen Z especially, they want to spend their money on experience, not things.
And that's what this is.
and
It's
so
all
now-
about experiences.
Right. And so it stands to reason they're having children and then they're doing that with their children. So like it makes total sense. So when those
does.
kids grow up and have kids, they're going to be like, I don't want experiences.
I
want things.
Yes, because everything goes full circle.
Yeah, that's how kids rebel.
It is.
So Nico Sarani finally back in the States and back at PSNY.
She taught her first class back live on Sunday. She was thrilled to be there, and we are thrilled to have her back. how exciting that like she's finally back, and how crazy is it that like you could just be like, I'm just gonna go home and visit my family and I'll be back in a month.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Nope.
It's gonna be 3 months instead.
Yeah. Oh, what a nightmare.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that chapter has finally come to a close. I just envisioned her going out post class for the photo op and it just being ICE agents and then taking her.
Stop.
That's how they do.
I know it's how they do
They
things.
just- they-
I would like to, in my head, the Peloton security guys and gals, I think it's all guys though, just like, nope, you can't be here.
You need a membership.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Someone telling ICE to show them their papers for a change.
Don't get me started.
So Robin Arzon was featured by the National Museum of the American Latino.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's really cool.
I mean, she always gets like represented by mentioned and represented by really cool things.
Yeah.
But the National Museum of anything is really awesome.
Yeah.
And to have like your name. And so they share, the National Museum of the American Latino shared her story, and I did not realize that Robin was a board member of that museum.
Oh,
And
cool.
I
I did
learned
not
that
either.
through this as well.
Yeah.
So they did a whole campaign, and they were amplifying all kinds of Latino cultural leaders, and they are continuing to invite people across the country to honor past and future and make history together. And that is what this whole campaign is about, is like bringing people together of the Latino cultures and like, let's celebrate,
Right.
you know? And so I thought it was really cool. And Robin said, representation matters, our story matters, and the sacrifices, resilience, the culture, it all deserves to be seen, preserved, and celebrated. I thought that was really nice.
Absolutely. So if you live in the Chicago area and you want to meet some Peloton instructors, well, here's your chance. Jess Sims, Adrian Williams, and Katie Wang are going to be at Faces of Fitness Chicago.
They are. And for those of you listening closely, I heard that on Thursday, there's going to be another instructor announced for Saturday.
Interesting.
So this is all happening in Chicago on July 25th and 26th. And they're going to be teaching classes, or teaching a class together. So we have had instructors at Faces of Fitness before. Tunde was there in 2024. Jess Sims was there in 2025. But this is the first time they've had all three instructors on stage at one time. And Faces of Fitness is also heading to Miami for the first time ever on October 24th and 25th. And I think it's real possible, given that the current picture of the Faces of Fitness in Miami features Jess Sims. I think we're going to see Peloton instructors in Miami as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, for this segment, Ross Rayburn has launched his own yoga platform.
He has, yeah. His website is Ross Rayburn Yoga, and you can take classes with him. You can sign up for kind of like personal training, for lack of a better way to say it, but one-on-one time with Ross to learn all kinds of different things. And whenever I posted this last week, I was so shocked because people haven't heard from Ross in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And they were all so thrilled to hear from him. This was like a huge like wave of excitement in the Peloton
Universe.
Thank you.
Ecosystem.
Yes, it was really cool to see.
Biosphere.
It makes you really happy for Ross.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's very nice.
He is. He's a really good person.
So coming up after this, we're going to talk content. Obviously, there's always lots of content in the world of Peloton. It's like drinking from a fire hose. Well, we're going to try and make it more like drinking from a garden hose, as God intended. So join us, won't you?
Punchy.
New content.
It is time for the TCO Top 5. You have told us your favorite classes of the week, and now we will tell them back to you. One day I'll have a good punchy, I guess in a way this was punchy,
It was punchy.
but not in the right way. It's your favorite Hidden Hills run. Have they found them yet?
They did.
They did.
Yes, they found them all. This class was
This
taught.
is why I made a TCO Top 5. It's the one where they found the Hidden Hills.
This was taught by Bex Gentry on February 17th, and Karen Smith nominated this class. She said it was different format than the ones I've taken before. The first The first half was steady pace on rolling hills. The second half was max effort hit intervals. Made those max efforts really tough after the hill work. Great class if you're training for something. Woof. That sounds intense. That sounds really intense. And this took place at 5:30 in the morning. So, whew. I mean, it was live. You don't have to take it at 5:30 in the morning. But
if
Lord,
you did,
that's quite a way to wake up.
it's not 5:30 for everybody, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Your number 2, your favorite inspirational ride.
So this was taught by Christine D'Arcolea. It was a 45-minute low-impact ride taught on February 28th. Andrea Kirschenbaum emailed this to me. She liked this class so much that she took the time to send an email about this class, which just really touched me.
That's almost like getting a letter these days.
I know. She said, if you are looking for an inspirational ride, this is it. During the ride, Christine reminds you to ask yourself, what if I can? And to take risks and push outside your comfort zone. How nice is that?
Yeah. Number 3, your favorite run.
Okay, so Elizabeth, our very own Helper Bee,
Heard of her?
Elizabeth Schlossberg, she nominated this run. Now, I have to say she was there.
Yeah.
And I also have to say she considers Andy one of her trifecta boyfriends. It was a 30-minute 90s pop run.
Shouldn't it be triathlon boyfriends?
You and Elizabeth can work that out.
Okay.
On March 1st. And she said it was like working out with friends talking about the old days. The playlist was built around movie and TV soundtracks, and Andy quizzed us on some trivia as each song came on. His banter with members is as fun live as it looks on screen. I actually did this run as a walk, and the structure was perfect for that modification. It alternated easy to moderate pace and had a little heat at the end, but mostly it was just about having a good time and getting in some steps.
Okay. Number 4, your favorite jump class.
Boy, I tell you what, you put out a new class type and our members are all over it.
Yeah.
Katie Wang taught this class. It was a 10-minute jump training class on March 1st is when it dropped. And Sarah Lester nominated this class. She said, I've been excited to try these classes. I didn't expect to like it, but I did think it was something that would benefit me. Maybe it will help with bone health, but it will also help with mobilities. I did like it. And while it wasn't easy, it wasn't crushing either. I may record myself doing the class this week, especially the single leg jumps, and record again at the end of the month to see if I am making any progress. I love that. And Sarah, if you're anything like me, it's very humbling how very little you get off the ground in those single leg jumps. Like, what happened?
Did she play crisscross?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
What about Van Halen?
I don't know.
Okay.
But hopefully.
What about the Pointer Sisters?
Your nose is doing the
I
thing.
think I'm out of jump songs.
Are you out?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. You'll come up with another one.
And then finally, a class so tough you dare not stack it. We call it an unstackable. It's your favorite full body strength.
Well, it was taught by Rad Lopez on February 25th. And Peyton Grover said, I haven't taken a class that hard in a long time. He said it had 2-minute buy-in of burpees and a 1-minute buy-out of burpees. So challenging. But with Rad's encouraging words and a killer playlist, it was a great workout. Okay, 2 minutes of burpees?
No. Hard pass.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
What about House of Pain?
I knew you would come up with another one. I was right.
And I didn't even Google it.
I believe
there
it.
was no typing.
I know. I saw.
No typing of any kind. Taking a look at this week at Peloton, we have 50-50 boot camps.
Yeah. So it's going to be on March 5th coming out. It's going to be on demand. And it's a 50-50 with Cody. So there's going to be 15 minutes on the bike, 15 minutes of floor work. And a lot of people really enjoy those because you don't have to keep going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
I do too.
I know how much I hate switching out the gear on the tonal.
You would never
A lot of times I'll be like, I'm going to swap out this move just so I don't have to change things. I'm lazy when I work out.
They also are nice because they tend to be a full body strength class. So you're getting full body workout from top to bottom. Like, it's just a great format.
Gotcha. We also have live Pilates.
Yes, this one is going to be a 2000 Pilates class with Aditi, also dropping on March 5th. And that'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern.
We have live pop punk.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of these in a little bit. Doesn't mean there's not been any. I just haven't seen them.
Yeah.
But it's a 30-minute run that Olivia is going to be teaching.
You know, locally at the pageant, there's an ongoing series that they do, and it's called Disney Goes Punk.
Oh.
And it's like a local
That sounds
band
really fun, actually.
that and they play all Disney songs but in a punk style. It's probably pretty similar to Me First and the Gimme Gimmes,
Yeah.
like their punk version of like old classic rock songs, which are always fun to listen to.
I like hearing songs that are done in a different. It doesn't always work.
Yeah.
But when they do, they're really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, their version of Straight Up by Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
It's a jam.
That
dig
sounds
it.
great.
Yeah. Okay, moving right along, we have Vibe and Flow with Chelsea and Adrian.
So Chelsea's been doing this series for a while, and I'm just going to explain that the reason that they do these is to bring in instructors that are super popular in other areas, put them on the yoga platform for people that aren't necessarily taking yoga, just to get eyeballs on yoga.
Yeah.
Like, that's the idea. Some people don't understand that.
Right.
That's why I'm taking the time to explain it. So this one is with Adrian Williams, and it's called Vibe and Flow Thunder because he has a Thunder 45-minute boot camp that he does, and it's kind of his signature class.
Okay.
And this class will be dropping on March 6th on demand. People have had very mixed results with these. Like, some people love these classes, and some people it just doesn't hit because it's had combinations. Like, this is a weird combination. Not that Chelsea and Adrian are a weird combination,
Right.
but their energy is very different. She's also done one with Jen Sherman. Again, energy is very different. And like Jen Sherman said things like, I've only done a yoga class one other time in my life. Like, it's just, it just kind of feels weird to people sometimes, but it's also really, other people have said, oh, this is so great because I love Adrian and I never get to see him do this and like talk to Chelsea. And that's really cool too.
Yeah.
So it just depends. It's not going to be a hit for everybody. That's why there's options.
Yeah.
But, you know, I thought it was just worth pointing out.
Maybe on the bonus, we can talk about a class you took this week that did not hit for you.
I would love to do that.
We won't put it here because you hate to put it on
I do.
blast, but,
I do hate to put people on blast.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a little tease for the bonus. We will now turn our eyes to the TCO radar classes that we have noticed that we think you should notice as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have Women's History Month being celebrated.
There are a ton of classes that are going to be coming out. Just this week, they had a whole bunch of stuff drop. So there was going to be a full body stretch with Jocelyn, house ride with Cliff, rock run with Mariana, upper body strength with Rebecca, 80s run with Susie, Pilates with Mila, and a pop run with Jeffrey. And let me tell you, to anybody who listens to this podcast, if any of you people complained because we had a man on our image, I expect somebody to bitch about the fact that Cliff and Jeffrey are here for Women's History Month because it's no different.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Anyway, though, that's just week one. That's just week one. And there's also a big drop that's coming for International Women's Day, which is on the 8th. So we're going to have more classes coming for that day. And of course, each week of the month, we will have more classes as well.
Awesome. There will be weighted vest walks.
So, okay, Respin. Do you remember the whole thing with that?
I do.
Okay, well, it went so well. Not only did they re-up their agreement, they completely revamped it. They added a ton more classes, which they had alluded to whenever they wrapped up the Respin study.
Mm-hmm.
The press study, they had talked about they were going to be adding jump training. That is what was happening with these jump training classes. They just dropped this week.
Will they be playing crisscross?
We also saw a ton more weighted vest classes, and we saw that they were going to be special classes for core strength and special meditations for menopause. And all of those are now in the Menopause Health Collection. I'm so glad to see that. Plus, it's in a 7-day format, so it kind of helps you like figure out
pace
what
yourself.
Classes you should be taking
Yeah.
within a week. But it's still very mix and match. Still think Peloton needs to improve on that. Just my vibe.
We have a more Women's History Month 2-for-1s.
Yeah, we do. Although I gotta tell you, the Asal and Mela that was on schedule for 3/8 has disappeared.
Huh.
We don't know why. We don't know if it's coming back. We don't know what it means. But there's also a 2-for-1 ride with Hannah Frankson, which we have come to find out is with Tim Robards.
Okay.
So
Maybe it's a 2-for-0. And that's why it went away.
I don't know. It was really weird because it was there and now it's not. And I don't know what that means. Maybe they're going to release it later in the month. I don't know.
Eric Yeager has a Power Zone Endurance Schlager.
Yeah. Now, this is notable because Benny has been doing Schlager rides, which is like a sing-along party vibe. Like that's what Schlager means roughly.
Gotcha.
Not a direct translation.
I just know it in relation to Gold Schlager.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Gold party.
I
don't know. I am making that up.
I never even gave a thought as to what that it might actually mean something.
It says here that it's a type of music that is like a kitschy pop style sort of Eurovision in its scope, and it focuses generally on love or happiness. So like I said, Benny's been doing those. This is the first for Eric, but it's also notable because it is the first Power Zone Schlager ride as well.
Okay. Tunde has been on BET's Sisters television show.
She
produced
has.
By Tyler Perry.
Yes.
And she's going to be doing a special Sisters ride.
Yes, and we will know the answers shortly because it drops tomorrow on 3/5. But the biggest question about this is, will the other actresses or actors from that show be in class?
Yeah.
I mean, how exciting would that be? I think there's a good chance of it because it's dropping. It's not live. So I think there is a good chance there will be some kind of surprise to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I really liked your version of it, though.
That they would do it in character.
I would love that.
It just made me, I don't know why, it made me think of Spinal Tap because the Spinal Tap DVD, there's two different versions of the DVD. And on one, the director's commentary is the actors commenting on the movie. Then they did a whole other director's commentary where they did it in character.
That's amazing.
As Spinal Tap commenting on the movie.
I think that's fabulous.
And that's the one to get, but it's like, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be like super hard to find. It was like a $300 DVD.
Whoa.
So, yeah. Also, International Women's Day is coming up on March 8th.
Yeah, and I mentioned that 2-for-1 has been taken off the schedule, but one thing I didn't say, but I wanted to say, was that they now have listed a Move as One ride planned. So one question is, will Mela and Asal be there, or will it be like, oh, it's just going to be later in the month, but now we're going to have a whole bunch of instructors, and maybe it'll be from 2 different countries like it has been in the past with those Move as Ones.
Right.
Don't know. We don't know. These are all questions we're asking, but I'm excited to find out.
Over at theclipout.com, we have crafted an article, very popular article.
Very popular.
Just spotlighting the hardest classes in the history of Peloton.
Yeah. Now, I want to explain that this is really focused on the collection called Notoriously Hard, which we all know is Peloton's way of saying the unstackable.
Unstackable. They don't want to pay us.
Yeah, they don't want to pay us. So that's what this article is specifically about. There are classes that could not be included because they no longer exist on the platform.
Right.
So we focused on classes that were on the platform.
Sure.
And there are so many classes that it was very difficult to come up with these. But I thought that Angie, who wrote this article, she did a fabulous job of going through and like picking a little from everything. So the classes are all easy, hard to hardest of the hard. And we have an 8-1 difficulty pro cyclist ride, and of course Christian Vandevelde.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 45-minute threshold training, and it's from June 3rd, 2024. There's an 8.2 difficulty, 90-minute plus classes, and of course Christian and Matt, 2-hour class. It was a Power Zone endurance. And then Sweat Studies came up for these, an 8.5 difficulty from Jess King, and that was October 28th, 2024. An 8.6 difficulty Power Zone Max taught by Matt, 45 minutes taught on September 17th, 2024, and the list goes on. There are lots of different classes in here, and I love that when you put something like this out, everybody wants to tell you about how you're wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. Like, you could have been like, this is literally the hardest class that's ever been recorded on Peloton based on difficulty ratings, and somebody will tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So funny. But you guys just go ahead and share it. Share the heck out of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Peloton has dropped a HYROX training program.
Yeah. This is notable for a few reasons. One, HYROX.
Sure.
2, it is a 12-week program. That is the first time Peloton has had anything close to that. I opened it up just to see what it was. It makes me want to do it. And I'm like, but I'm not even doing a HYROX. What's the point here? But 12 weeks, 103 classes. The idea is to get you ready for a HYROX event. Specifically, if you were to start taking it this week, that's going to get you ready in time for the New York event, which is kind of what this is leading up to.
Okay.
So very cool. I love seeing this. Peloton needs to do more of these programs and really structure things for people. I'm super excited about it.
And finally, Jocelyn Thompson Rule has a monthly strength plan for people.
She does. So we talked about last month that every month she was going to be dropping a strength training plan, and it's going to be comprised of classes from the month before. So what she did is she went through her January classes and February classes, and she put together a strength training program, and she also basically scheduled it all out depending on what your needs are. So she has a track for runners, she has a track for people who are really focused on strength, etc.
Oh, cool.
And basically it's like two times a week that you would be working out. So she has it broken out by what she has is option 1 is like your standard. Then she has option 2, which is a lower volume week if you're trying to kind of pull things back. And then she has option 3 for runners. So you are able to do any of these, and you do them for 4 to 6 weeks. You get the rest days in, and then you see yourself improve over time. And she's going to be dropping this every month. And I just want to say again, I really think this is where Peloton is headed. These instructors putting out these individual plans. We also saw Andy do that this month with his TS 60s, his total strength 60s. He put out a whole training plan for people that mixes in density training as well. So I think this is where Peloton is headed.
It's very tonal-like.
It is very tonal-like. And I mean, only been saying it for like 8 years now.
So we have no birthdays this week, so that brings this episode to a close. Until next time, where can people find you?
People can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/CrystalZO'Keefe. They can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, or the Peloton leaderboard at ClipOutCrystal.
And you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon, patreon.com/theclipout. $5 a month. All sorts of bonus content, early episodes, ad-free episodes, and we like you a little bit extra. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep pedaling
And rowing.
and running.